A Republican candidate is facing felony charges after police say they caught him playing with himself near an Arizona preschool. Not good.
Sexual anarchy.
Now, the man, Randy Gene Kaufman, who is an avid Trump supporter and former prison supervisor, was charged earlier this month with one count of public sexual indecency. Oh my. The irony. The irony. According to Law and Crime, on October 4th, an officer with the Maricopa County College's police department, by the way, that is the, he's trying to become, I believe, the board, a member of that board for that very college. Well, this police officer was performing his rounds when he observed a maroon Ford F-150 truck just inside of a parking lot at Rio Salado College in Surprise, Arizona. Now, when the police officer went up to that vehicle, he found quite a surprise. A little bit of a shock here.
They are about to find out.
Well, he did anyway. The officer said that he noticed that the vehicle was parked across 3 spaces and there was a shade across the inside of the front windshield. Now, the officer noted that is a little bit unusual. Okay, that's weird. Maybe, okay, look, there are legitimate reasons for people to use sun shields. Okay, whatever. About 10 minutes later, the officer decided, I'm going to take a closer look. Noticed that the car was still running. Oh, well, that's interesting. Now, he approached the vehicle from the front passenger door side and observed Kaufman, who was in the car in the driver's seat, using apparently one hand for a phone, and the other hand was, well, it was holding something else.
Tallywhacker.
He said, and this is according to the affidavit, I immediately became alarmed as I saw Kaufman had his pants down mid-thigh and was exposed.
Tallywhacker.
His other, as I said, Kaufman, he said, was manipulating his genitals in a masturbatory manner and apparently was so engrossed in his activity that he didn't even notice that the officer was there. The affidavit states, I was further alarmed as I saw a subject on a bicycle pedaling east approximately 8 feet by Kaufman's driver's side. Meaning that random people, if they end up looking at that truck, they might see something that they really wouldn't want to. Not good.
Well, I do not consent.
Don't want to see that. Not interested in seeing that. Now, the officer was even further alarmed at the fact that he was right next to a preschool. Quote from the affidavit, I looked southwest approximately 190 feet with a full view of the Wurtzies Preschool and Child Care Center, directly south and next to RSC Surprise, and saw several preschool-aged children having outdoor activities in the playground. Vehicles were entering and exiting the east drive of the passing of the lot, passing Kaufman's vehicle from approximately 6 to 8 feet from the passenger side of the Ford. Again, they could one run look, and you're going to see exactly what you don't want to see.
Tallywhacker.
You just don't. That's not a good thing. It's good. You're going to have a bad time. Okay.
Testicles.
So now, it gets worse. Okay. He gets busted. And the first thing the officer says after he tells him to pull up his pants was, seriously? Seriously? Kaufman then said, quote, I'm sorry. I effed up. I'm really stressed. I'm just really stressed. That's all. Oh, you were stressed. And said, I have a lot of things going on. Oh, okay. So you're stressed out. You got a lot of things that are going on. So you decided to randomly pull into a parking lot and rub one out to feel better? Next to a preschool? I could think about it. Why don't you do some meditation? You could maybe take up yoga. You could go for a walk. No. You're going to go and pull over on the side of the road in a parking lot and stroke the salami.
I like my meat tight.
No, this is ridiculous. What the hell? What the hell? Now, there's an excerpt from this alleged conversation with the police officer. He said, quote, "I saw you had your phone out while you were doing what you were doing. What was going on with the phone? What are you looking at?" He said, "Well, I was watching porn." The officer asked, "Well, what kind were you watching?" He said, "Interracial." Because of course, right? And really, one of the things that chuds have in common, because this guy is a total MAGA chud, racism, right? And yet, while being racist, at the same time, these people tend to touch themselves to interracial porn. And again, how many stories have we seen where you have people who are transphobes looking up transgender porn? Or you have people, that are, homophobes, right? Hate gay people that you find they end up on Grindr. You find a Grindr profile for them. So it's super weird. But there's more. Now, the officer then asked, "When you look around here, what do you see?" He responded, "Well, the child center, but I didn't notice it until you came up and I got out of my truck." You going to put that in the report? Wait. That's the question. Are you going to put that in the report? I really don't want people to know that I was jerking off near a preschool. That might be kind of embarrassing. Oh, really? No kidding. Now, the officer said, "Don't you see how alarming that is? That there are children nearby? People passing on bikes and in cars where they can look in and see what you're doing?" His response is, "I fucked up." And then proceeded to further F up. The documents then say Kaufman had attempted to get the officer to quote unquote go off the record. He then said he knew another officer on the force. "Hey man, I got friends." And that he was running for the board, and that he had claimed that he didn't know the area was quote unquote one of your sites or one of the college's sites. Kaufman also told the officer who allegedly caught him in the act that he was a retired Department of Corrections officer or supervisor who worked at Florence, Amon, and Lewis, the court paperwork states. Those three locations are all various Arizona state prison complexes. Look, I got friends. I'm very important in this community. I'm a pillar of law and order. Really? I mean, I see a pillar, but I don't really see law and order.
Tighten up my meat.
Look, again, not a good guy. Definitely not a good guy. Again, he jerking off in front of kids. He could have seen that. Disgusting. Now, here's the other thing. Again, I keep mentioning he's a MAGA chud, right? Well, according to what appears to be his Facebook page, Kaufman is an avid Trump supporter and has opposed vaccine mandates, mask mandates, and supports election integrity, and says that nothing is more important than standing up against the godless, progressive, left-wing, socialist, Marxist, communist, Democrat Party movement to destroy America. And also, he had rallied against the baby-killing leftists. He cares so much about the children. But do you now? Do you really? I can imagine this man is also someone who pretends to be concerned about pedophilia. About how gay people in the classroom, they're the ones that are, exposing children to sex, right? To sexual ideas. They're sexualizing children. Dude, you were just caught touching yourself in potential view of children. It's one of those things where, look, you want to protect the children, now maybe we should protect the kids against the real problems, the real predators. And that would just happen to be, older MAGA supporters.